Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-December 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business here. Start you off with an oracle card as always, just to dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Libras. I hope you're all doing fabulous. I'm sure you are. Let's go, my gods. Talk to me. What do we got for the Libras here in mid-December? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's get it popping for Libra. Very interesting reading last week, my friends. I mean, usually the Libra readings are, but last week's was extra interesting. We'll talk about that more in a minute. It seems like these oracles are being super specific this week. Hey, I'll take it, right? It's a reason I read jumpers. So this is very much water sign type of energy showing up. It's very dreamy, etheric. You could be having very interesting dreams with a card like this. But we'll peel back the layers on that in a moment. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate that. But into the reading, enough of the promo. Have a little look here at this card, which I often see for water signs. That's why I link it there. Now, this could talk about an overactive imagination or mind. I know that's a very common air sign thing where the mind works a little more than the other zodiac signs. But when I see this card, it's more linked towards the imagination. So you could be having a lot of good ideas or your imagination could be flowing. But I also link this card to sleep and dreams. Hopefully you haven't been having issues sleeping or having rough nightmares, stuff like that. But for some of you, you might need to jot down your dreams. Spirit could be trying to speak to you through them. So there's an overabundance of active mind here, which doesn't necessarily have to be bad. I would channel that into creative endeavors. Let's get into tarot. And yes, she also has a notebook that could represent communication, of course. I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. But let's get you 3 cards out here in the upright before we get that intuitive, juicy stuff. Let's see what's going on for Libra, please. Gods, talk to me. What do we got for my friends here? So, as I was saying, last week's reading was titled simply, Let It Go, right? So that could be an individual. It could be a thought process. It could be something or someone you've been holding on to for a long, long time, whether it's emotionally, mentally. That was the big vibe I was picking up within the whole reading, that there is some sort of burden or something that just needs to be processed and worked through, which was very different from what I usually get for Libra. The weeks before that, there's been positivity, a lot of spiritual links. So I'm interested to see what we have this week. As always, only take it how it hits for you. You know energy is very fluid, right? Nothing's ever set in stone. It's not one size fits all. Let's get these 3 out here. Because we could be talking about you. This could be the energy of other people around you as well. Okay, we have the 6 of Swords in position number 1. So we are starting off with action. We're starting off with a bang, so to speak. Not necessarily a rough card. That is a card of improvement to me. So let's get 2 more. Queen of Cups. She's been extremely popular in all the readings this weekend so far. Just want to say that, but she is showing up front and center for you. Let's get 1 more. Doesn't surprise me that we have water sign energy, air sign energy. Yeah, so I feel like this reading might be a bit of an amalgamation from a lot of the vibes we've been picking up the last couple of weeks with the 4 of Wands on the back end. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get that juicy intuitive stuff. Interesting elemental leaning here. It's like pretty balanced, which I do like. Not too volatile just yet. But position number 1, we have the 6 of Swords. Generally, simply, this card represents coming out of choppy waters into the calm. Things going from rough to better. So we think of improvement. We think of change as well. The 6 of Swords can also be a card of distance and travel, just like a lot of the moving cards are. But when I see this, I generally think of something improving and getting better, which is nice. It all depends on what clarifies it. Now, all cards have a double-edged sword, right? So they all have a positive meaning and a shadow side meaning. The shadow side meaning of this, it could be somebody that's not really doing what they're supposed to. They're not really owning up to their responsibilities. I'm not saying it's definitely that, but I just want to give you a fuller picture of what these cards could represent. Okay, sometimes it could even be an abandonment thing as well. But moving to the center, we have the Queen of Cups, generally a super positive card. Could represent the water signs, so think Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I like it. It's a motherly type of card. It's a fertile type of card. Similar to the Empress in that vein, we think of creativity, right? We think of somebody who has very powerful emotions. So when I see her, I think of somebody who's feeling something on an extremely deep level, whether positive or negative. The rougher side of this card, it could represent emotional repression, somebody feeling something or just like not saying a thing about it, right? Like keeping the peace. Like, yeah, I feel this way, but I'm not going to bother anybody with that. That's kind of the vibe we pick up with her. So I really want to check her out and see what's the clarifier, because that could be important in this reading. Now, moving to the back end, we have the Four of Wands, because like I said, it's had spiritual undertones, your readings for the past couple of weeks. I feel like 2 weeks ago, your readings were a powerful omen, and this card was a big player in that. So when I get the Four of Wands, I think of number signs, synchronicities, omens from spirit trying to communicate to you through dreams, just like we had with this first card in the beginning, or just showing you number signs. But when we look at the Four of Wands, we think of a stable card. This could represent the home. It could represent the family. It's a celebratory card. It's a happy card. So this could be a positive omen here, that something could swing your way, something could go your way, or there's just something linked to the home. Sometimes that could be a marriage card as well, depending. Like, I don't want to go that far. It's a general reading, of course. But the Four of Wands is positive and stable. So I want to see how the energies play out here. Let's dive deeper. We're going to jump in and clarify. Okay, so let's get a good shuffle here for my lovely Libras. See what's going on, my guides. What's going on for Libra here? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. What's going on this Six of Swords? And if you're a tarot reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to them lovely Libras, you drop it in the comments. I don't mind. All right, Six of Swords. Why is it here? Why is there Six of Swords here? Thank you. Eight of Swords. Okay. Beware of something returning. Beware of something popping back up that you might have thought has been dealt with. That's like initially the first vibe I'm picking up, or that could have recently happened where you're like, oh, all right, I thought that was dealt with. I thought those days were over. So just beware of something like returning or coming back around. And it could be like unexpectedly, or you don't see it coming, right? Doesn't mean it's a person, or I'm just getting a vibe of something that may have, you thought it was like over and done with, figured out, could reemerge. So just beware of that. That's a little warning that something could return like out of the blue. All right, I want to see how the rest of it plays out. But the Eight of Swords in the upright can represent feeling trapped, confusion, anxious, nervous, okay? If we look at the literal meanings of this card, this could be somebody dealing with anxieties, nervousness, and stuff like that. But on an intuitive level, I would say just beware of something returning unexpectedly or surprisingly, okay? Like coming back around. So we're going to see what's up with that Queen of Cups. Okay, and I'm not saying it's a person. I'm not trying to be a fear monger or anything like that. It could be just, you know, a fear, a thought process. It doesn't have to be bad, though. Let's see what's up with that Queen of Cups. What is up with this Queen of Cups? Thank you. Yeah, Five of Swords, emotion, like this, somebody who's like conflicted emotionally about something. Like, should I be happy or sad about this? Like, I'm not sure how I feel about this. Like, it's a little confused, all right, with the Five of Swords underneath the Queen of Cups. These are completely opposite energies as well, because one is super soft and loving. The other one is cold and heartless. So just beware in this time. There could be someone around you that, you know, this could be a warning about a specific individual too, where someone might present as the Queen of Cups, like soft, nice, charming. Five of Swords underneath, like this is someone wearing a mask possibly. So because the Five of Swords is the card of like narcissists and stuff like that. I really don't want to like pile on the message too much here, Libra. But I'm also, like I said, picking up the vibe of like emotional confusion. Like, I don't know how I should feel about this. So this could be a warning about emotions fluctuating, like feeling strongly about something, then not giving a damn about it. Like there's a possibility. Lots of stuff happening here. So we'll talk about that more during the recap. I'm going to put her down. I'm going to get in on that Four of Wands, because this is interesting. And this is one of the more unique readings this week, that's for sure. Let's see what's up with that Four of Wands. Then we'll do our recap before the shadow card. Interesting. That's the Four of Wands here. Okay. Five of Cups. Yeah, Spirit might be trying to show you warning signs about something. We have the Five of Cups under the Four of Wands. Okay, so for some of you, yeah, this could be an issue within the family. All right, so I just want to say that some of you might be having issues within the family. Okay, but aside from that, the Four of Wands with the Five of Cups in the upright, it could be somebody who is like really upset, sad, hurting about something. But the main vibe I was picking up intuitively is that Spirit might be trying to show you warning signs, red flags, so to speak. So keep your eyes open for signs, synchronicities, and red flags, because there could be something Spirit's trying to warn you about. And it could be like an important or serious one for sure. So you would know. Use your gut and your intuition. I don't want to pile on this too much. Let's go through and do a quick recap. I'm going to show you this Five of Cups because it's interesting, especially if you know the movie. Like you see her trying to reach that table. It's just giving me that odd vibe. But let's go through and do a quick recap once we get these cards back in place. In position number one there, we see the Six of Swords with the Eight of Swords in the upright. And the intuitive message it was making me feel is like something that you may have thought was like dealt with or handled could reemerge, or a person could reemerge out of the blue, like surprisingly, unexpectedly. In the center, we have the Queen of Cups with the Five of Swords. Emotional confusion. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know, should I be happy, should I not? I'm also getting the vibe that this could be somebody like a wolf in sheep's clothing, like somebody wearing a mask. So beware the people around you, because this is odd, right? Especially if someone comes out of the blue trying to make amends or anything like that. On the back end, we have the Four of Wands with the Five of Cups in the upright. Spirit might be trying to show you warnings and red flags, so I would take those seriously if you're seeing them, right? Because Spirit is good like that. They try to lead us to the better things, the better judgments, the better situations, but also those red flags go up sometimes. So please take a screenshot of that if you want to look into it further. I'm going to get you one shadow card here, Libra. Let's see what's going on. What's going on with my friends? And yeah, I'm still using the Shadowland Tarot for this portion. What's going on? Yeah, and whether it's something that's been in the shadows a long time, a part of your shadow self, or an individual. Let's see what's up. Just to put a nice, neat little bow on this spread. Okay, we have the Death card. Do not get nervous about this card, okay? Because it could mean a whole host of different things. Usually it's cyclical. It's a karmic type of card. But when we get Death showing up here in the shadows, Libra, some of you might just have a history with a Scorpio when this card shows up, because that is the card of Scorpio. But we do think of transformation, right? Somebody trying to remake themselves, rejuvenate themselves, renew something. So Spirit could be really trying to put your focus on that. Like, listen, don't think about the past. Because with the Death card, we think of those cycles and something that, and I'm getting that vibe again, like we saw in the main part of the spread. Something from the past, trying to come back around and return. This could be Spirit saying, like, let the past be in the past, for sure. When we have a card like this, keep moving forward, keep transforming. You're a different person now than you were. Like, intuitively, that's how this is feeling in the shadows as well. So, yeah, there could be something that needs to be resolved from the past, but the main thing I'm feeling here is, like, keep progressing, keep moving forward. And for some of you, it could just be an ending that's recently happened, that's lingering around, that still needs to be processed. It's all good. So, please, you could look into that further if you want to. But Libra, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the November subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after the Fire Air readings this week. But for December, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot in Wonderland. This is the deck I used in this week's reading. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments which tarot card makes you happiest when you see it. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of December, I will put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.